Well, this is not what you have probably come to expect from me as a tech educator. I'm on the floor of my office. Usually I'm up there. There's a camera angle. It's great. But also the audio quality is usually better than this because usually I've got my big mic. But this is one of the things that I am working towards in my downtime between tech jobs is a new nonprofit. And a couple things I need to do is actually probably start working towards getting OBS set up for this. But I've got a whole bunch of games here that I need to run some inventory on and get into my system and make sure that make sure it has all the pieces, make sure that my system has it in, put some notes in for the system, all sorts of stuff, which I'm happy to kind of share and talk about as we go. And I figure if there's nothing else, that maybe there's some chat that can kind of happen if folks come by. I wish this were on my nonprofit's channel, but that apparently needs another 24 hours because I didn't realize I needed to go click on YouTube and say, I want to stream for them to then give me a 24-hour notice to stream. So we're here on the Brian Robinson channel, which has 2,000 subscribers. So maybe somebody comes in expecting some tech stuff and they see me talking about this stuff, and that's fine too. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on today. It might be boring. It might be awesome. We'll have to see which one of those it becomes, and if people are at all interested in what I'm doing here. But yeah, one of the things I'm doing is getting Sanity ready for this as well. Let's see, when we play studio, do I have that saved somewhere? We'll go to Netlify, we'll get there. And I know that right now it's just me and that I'm not showing a screen, but I don't think you necessarily need to see a screen. Correct me if I'm wrong on that if you end up coming in. No one's here to listen, so that's fine as well. Click on this. Oh, let's see. Okay, I do have it, which means that we can start looking at our first piece here. Maybe let me go to OBS real fast. Maybe I can pivot in. Uh-oh, I hear me somewhere. Close. All right, let's see. Can I share a screen in a meaningful way? Where are my various scenes? We'll go out of studio mode. And we'll go to screen. Ah, look at all that. That's terrible. Where maybe my screen can be modified. No properties. No, that's no good. We'll go heads up again. That'll be okay. But yeah, all I'm going to be doing is doing data entry anyway. Let's do a search. Let's do Werewolf first. So these are actually games that I took to a game day that I helped run at a local library. All right, Ultimate Werewolf. Let's get that up. We got Ultimate Werewolf here. And the cool thing on Ultimate Werewolf is it's a great party game. We didn't end up playing it because we didn't get enough audience participation there. But I brought it because having something that can play, 3 to 10 people is a great thing to have on hand. And I downloaded the app and everything, but we do want to make sure, let's see, my copy has unpopped pieces, which is great. We've got getting started guide, that's good. We've got the rules for each individual character. We've got all the character pieces, looks like. We got the things popped out that show for voting, and everything appears to be in here. So that's a good thing. Put all this back in. And that means I can check that, yes, this is in inventory. That means that I do actually own it. One of the things you might not be able to see is that this actually came from a nonprofit in Cincinnati called the Play Library. Play Library is no longer up and running. They had to close down at the end of May of this year, and they donated to When We Play, my nonprofit, which I should probably put something here. my nonprofit when we play to try to open up a library for myself. And actually, one of the things I need to do as we go through here is see if I can get these to peel. I don't know. Let me get the audio. Let's see if is that ASMR enough. I'm not sure. But the cool thing is, oh, come on, all the way off. I need to order some stickers on these too, so that I can have a property of on them as well. Some of the boxes won't be as forgiving as modern game boxes, but they do come off, which is nice. And I do appreciate, again, all the support from there, from the Play Library. That is an excellent, excellent donation of everything. I do now have a tags. So I've got categories in my system, Insanity, but that's stuff like, is this a board game? I want this to be maybe a tag of party game. I want a tag of teen, and a tag of adult. I'm not sure what other tags I would put on this. I could probably call it a deception game, maybe. So maybe have a tag of deception. Is there a tagline on this? One Night Collection 1. No tagline. I have box art. That's great. One of the things I probably need to do, and one of the things that I'm probably going to do on these streams later on, is take solid photography of all the ones that I actually have, which is a good idea. But I don't have that set up right now. And I've got like a spare hour before I go meet with another library in town. Let's see, HTML description, okay, admin notes. Yeah, I think this is all good. I'm going to say there is some sticker residue on the back. Sticker residue on the back. Category string is adults, 16 plus, which is inaccurate. We'll still say adults, but we'll just leave it at that. Recommended age is something that I've gotten here. I'm gonna go ahead and say you could probably do this starting in tweens. So I'm gonna say 12 plus on that. It's marked as an item type of card games. I'm not so sure about that, but let's see. I need to add a different set of categories. I made a reference field Insanity so I could have multiple things. I'm gonna call this a board game as well. I think that's fair. Sanity's reference field sometimes takes some time, which is unfortunate. All right, all that's in. I'm going to save that, and we can move on to the next one. So yeah, One Night Werewolf. It's a really great variation on the werewolf subgenre. I've only played it personally a couple times, but I really like it. There's an app that you can get. It's free from Busier Games. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. It goes really deep. It is as fun as you can as you make it. It might not be fun if you have kids, or even if you have tweens. Tweens might not really get into it because there's a lot of bad feelings that can kind of come from that. And I always kind of recommend maybe going away from that, especially if you've got some learners that struggle with losing. So yeah. I need to also keep in mind some of these, actually this can come down, some of these things behind me aren't in the inventory at all, and that's a whole different episode versus this. Let's see, I do want to inventory down here. I've got all of the stuff that I took to the game day on Saturday. This is actually a great game from Stefan? I'm gonna go with Stefan Bogan. It's a really fun game called Camel Up. It's not Camel Cup, despite the fact that it kind of seems like that. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. You can see it won the Spiel des Jahres in 2014, which is pretty awesome. But I don't know if you've never played it. Camel Up is a betting game, which you would think would make it, what's the age on this? Let's take a look. Age 8 plus. So like, hey, gambling, awesome, but it's, not exactly like that. Where's my lighting controls? My lights could use to be a little bit brighter on me here. There we go. So yeah, really the point of the game is the camels. You don't control a camel. The camels move on their own, and you're betting on the camels. They're going around this big track here. You're betting on various camels, whether they're going to win the overall race or lose the overall race. But you're also betting on each individual leg, and the legs are controlled in timing by the times you advance the various camels. So once all the camels advance, uh, the round is over, but the control of that is depending on the actions of the players. Um, so it's an interesting timing mechanism, which I enjoy a lot. It is really good, in my opinion, for doing. Let me put this right here, so there's something visually. Ooh. There we go. Visually interesting there. It's actually a good conversation game because there's not a lot of like deep thought happening. So like when it comes to like making connections with people, I think Camel Up is a great game for that. A lot of conversation can happen around it, but you're also sharing a language of what's happening. You can all root for camels, even if like they're not your camel, which is also nice. Let's see, we've got rules. We also have rules in German, which is always kind of a fun thing to see. We've got the board. We've got the camels. The camels are actually really interesting when we take up that real fast because during the course of a game, camels can share a spot. And the fun thing is the camels, let's see, nope, not like that, not like that. The camels stack on each other, right? Camel up, camel goes up, right? And what happens is as they go, if you've got the camels stacked, if orange goes, orange takes red with it. So you can have like an entire stack, and if you move the bottom in the stack, you move the entire stack. If you only move the top, you only get the top, but also if you've got, let's say, orange, white, and blue here, if you move white, you can leave orange in the dust, which is a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool little mechanics, cool little strategies that happen during the game. I've played it a handful of times. I've got all the colors. That's great. We're going to close that up. We've got cards in good shape. And let's take a look. We got a lot of stuff happening in this bag. We've got the various, you can actually put oases down on the thing, and that actually helps camels to advance, which can be a lot of fun. And they also do various things for rewards, which are good as well. We've got lots of cards. I don't think, should I count the cards? Let's see if the instructions tell me how many we've got. German instructions. I used to know some German. I don't anymore. How many cards do we need? Pyramid tiles. These are... This version of it probably could use some nicer art. Some art that's maybe... there might be some stereotypes happening in here, but maybe not. Looks like we have all the cards. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Let's see, if we have 15 colors times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 times 5. Let's do that math. 15 times 5, 75. So that's some amount of them. That was 40. And we've got some other tiles here. Then we got a whole bunch of cards in here. What are the differences in my cards, and why do I have some that are nice thick cardboard? So these are the betting tiles. Okay. How many cards? 40. I should have 40 betting cards. There we go. All right, so we do have all 40 betting cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. 15 betting tiles. That's good. 3 for each. All right. And here are the oases. The oases. How many of these do we need? We need 8 desert tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got all those. We've got the various monies. I'm not sure that we need to look at the money right now, because if we lose a little bit of that, that's not a huge deal. Because that's just, you probably need all of it for a big game, but you might not need it in smaller games. Let's put the cards and the betting tiles together. I think that'll be fine. And then we'll put the other tiles in the other bag. Again, like at some point I'm probably going to get a label maker and make it so it's a little bit better organization for all these, but it is fine for now. And the cool thing is it comes with this little pyramid dice shaker. And the dice come out, and that's how you actually see one of the cards that keeps the game moving is the ability to get one die. So you roll, you put all the dice in, you get one out per time you do that, and then it's color coordinated to one of the camels, and it moves them a number of spaces from 1 to 3. It looks like there's 2 of each of those, so it's fairly balanced. And we do have all the colors, and we have all the camels, so we have a complete game that we don't need to worry about. And the cool thing is it even has this mechanism where we can very much close it, which is nice. I appreciate that they thought about the box. A lot of game companies don't think about the box. The downside is they didn't think about the box. The box is just an open pile, but for what we need, it's fine, and the open pile gets the board, and it is not a problem. So, got all that. This can go in. We'll close it up. We can see we do have a sticker. Thank you, Play Library. Let's see if the sticker comes off. Fun thing is I've seen a few people come through the concurrent viewers list, and I'd wager they're coming in and wondering what the hell Brian is doing and what has to do with technical education. Can't help you there, folks. This has nothing to do with technical education. You might be interested to note that I have a new nonprofit that I'm working on. There will be, oh no, it ripped. That's a shame. There will be a YouTube channel for it when we play. It's actually already there. It's like if you do the youtube.com/ @ symbol and all that, it's when we play. It's whenweplay.org. I've got like one short over there, but I'm gonna be doing more video style like this. I just couldn't do live on that channel yet. I have to have 24 hours notice apparently. But I'm talking about Camel Up right now. And we're doing some inventory work. So I'm going to go over to my sanity. Again, I know that you can't see this, but I'm going to find Camel Up in my inventory. I don't have Camel Up in my inventory, even though it had the sticker on it. So let's make a new entry for that and get it onto the website. Camel Up. It is in my inventory. Have a tag of bedding. We'll have a tag of tweens. I don't know what other tags have. Do we have a tagline on the game? We do not. All right. Let's generate a slug. Let me go find the box art for this. Camel Up. Image. All right. Again, at some point, I'm probably going to put actual images of what I have in there. Is available, sure. Description. We get it from the official site. Entered in. Admin notes. Slight box tear from sticker peel. All items accounted for. At some point, one of the things I need to do also is put this in, like put my inventory system in place. I don't even have an inventory system at this point. Other than I've got sanity, and then I've got boxes downstairs, and I've got things to be done up here. Recommended age, this is A+. I think A+ is perfectly fine. I don't think there's any reason to call it otherwise. Let's add some categories. Board game. Cool. And we'll publish it. So now it's on, it'll go into the site whenever I build my next site. So this is in, I need to find, a way of keeping it organized. So I've checked these. They'll go over there. Next up, we can take a look at Forbidden Desert. This didn't get any play at the board game day, which is fine because I've never actually played Forbidden Desert. I own it outside of this context as well, but I do like the Forbidden series. The series from it's Game Right, but who's the designer on this? Does it say? It doesn't. But Forbidden Island is the first in the series. Then came Forbidden Desert, and they've also got Forbidden Sky. And there might be others. I'm not 100% sure on that. Each one gets more complex. Forbidden Desert or Forbidden Island is pretty easy. I don't know what the age on that is. This says the age is 10 plus for Forbidden Desert. I will say I played this with my son a couple times when he was younger, when he was about 6, because the basic mechanics of Forbidden Island are pretty easy. But the second time we played through, he got real nervous at the end. I mean, he was a 6-year-old. He probably wouldn't be now. But he got really nervous that we were going to drown on the island and hasn't wanted to play it ever since, which is a shame because it's a cooperative game. I like cooperative games. But you can see another donation from the Play Library. I'm going to pull this up and see where it is in my system. Forbidden Desert. Now it's in twice. Are they both? They're both in here. Huh. I wonder. Okay, so that's definitely from the Play Library. Did I put one in for my personal copy? You know, I probably. No, both those entries are from the data I got from the Play Library. So let's get rid of the old one. I'm going to delete the old one. No need to have it twice in here. Unless we have 2 copies of it. But at that point, I should probably just make it so I've got like an inventory number in my data. So we'll go with this one. We do know that it is in the inventory, so that's going for us. We're going to take a look inside. I do really enjoy cooperative games. I think that they're really good. I can't keep this held up, so I do apologize for not having interesting visuals. But we'll go through some of the stuff. So I got the instruction booklet. It's in a little bit of rough shape, but not like terrible. So that's good. We've got the marker, the time marker, and we actually just checked out from our local library Scooby-Doo and the Betrayal at Mystery Mansion, which is a take on Betrayal at the House on Haunted Hill, but for kids, which was nice. But whew, the cardboard and the sliders on those, they were terrible. They were real rough to move. And so they were starting to get a lot of damage on the library copy because if they're hard to move, you got kids trying to make it work and it doesn't work out. This is great. Really well done. We've got a ship part. We've got a ship. And again, this, like, for the theme and the danger element, maybe it's not for under 10. This says it's 10 plus. For the tactileness of having pieces like this, I think that's really fun. Because we have pieces, if I remember correctly, that you have to go and gather. And once you gather them all, then you can leave the dungeon. So they also go together, I think, which is interesting. So let's see what all we're supposed to have according to the instructions. Let's see. We've got 4 flying machine parts. We've got the propeller. We've got the engine, which is, let's see, is made out of metal, which is cool. We've got, I guess, the power, solar crystal, and the, I don't know if this is the navigation deck. This is a compass. I don't know if this is the navigation deck. That might be it. And then, oh, no, this is the navigation deck, the compass. And so you put the compass in the little circle area here, which it fits in nicely. You got to put the engine in the little square area here. Goes in one way. It's really weird. This is so heavy compared to the rest, which I suppose it would be. So that goes, oh no, that goes in there. The solar crystal goes down. Oh, that's fun. Looks like it goes down like this. It's got a little sun motif on the top, and the propeller goes in the propeller spot. Let's see if we can get that on right there. even spins. So yeah, you collect all those pieces, and then you're good to go. We've got the flying machine model. We got that. We've got the sandstorm tracker. Is this that? Be nice if they had the pictures of it right there. Let's see. 6 wooden ponds, 6 meter clips, 4 flying machine parts, sandstorm meter. I'm guessing that's what this is, because this would be the water level from Forbidden Island. 1 sandstorm meter stand. Aha, that's what this is for. All right, that's nice. That's a good addition. How's it go in? There we go. So it kind of stands up. That's nice. Let's see. And then 49 cards, 48 sand markers, 24 double-sided desert tiles. All right. What are you? You are sand, I believe. These are the sand markers, and there's a lot of them. Let's see. It's gonna be hard to count. This is why, like, libraries that do board games, one of the reasons they try to get things with so few pieces. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 in the first stack. 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 28. Oh no, I broke the ship. Let's see. 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 48. Got them all. So that's good. Got all those. Get those back in the box before I lose them. And then we've got to have, what should it say, 24 double-sided desert and city tiles. And the art on these is always nice too. I don't know, I like the style. I like the style of the Forbidden Games. I think Game Right does it really well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 24. Got them all. All right, this is another parts complete game, so that's excellent news. And they fit in. Well, I suppose we haven't counted the cards, right? Gotta probably count the cards. But yes. How do you go in? Go in. We have just the right size, I believe, on the square section. Because, whoo boy, it did not want to fit in there. I guess maybe it's supposed to, yeah, they stand up. There we go. That's the problem. The box isn't the problem. I'm the problem. All right, and we've got cards, and we're supposed to have 49 cards, and there's definitely some like wear and tear on them. It's not great. I can't see it. But not terrible. Not terrible condition. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cool. We have 49 cards, which is how many we're supposed to have. And again, the art on these is always nice. Yeah. We got square shapes down here underneath the cards. I wonder what that's supposed to hold. That's an interesting thing. I'm going to look and see if I can. It wasn't put in that way before. But the nice thing, right, is that we have all the pieces. So let's see what we can put some of this stuff. I'm going to put that down there. That seems to fit first. And then I think all the components for the ship fit next to the ponds, and that's where I got them from. So we'll do that. Propeller can go in there too. The ship has its own nice little spot. That fits nicely. Cards can then go in. Time marker goes in. The instruction manual goes in, and the top can go on, and then we'll work on that play library sticker. All right, and the case, metal, it helps, keeps things nice. So let's see if we can get this. I think this one's gonna be a no-go. I think I have to get some of that like goo gone to get it off, because it is some of those nice board game boxes. come off pretty easily. This one does not. So we're not going to rip it. We're not going to worry about it. Whenever I get stickers, I'm going to be putting my own stickers on top. It's not going to be great, but anything I can't get off, I can put stickers on top of. This I took with me, but this is not a when we play game. This is one of my games. Boop. It's an amazing 2-player game. If you haven't played it, check it out. It's cat themed, so I love it. All right, let's see. How much time do I have? You know, maybe for the rest, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play about getting a logo and getting some things changed up on here. Let's see if I can just overlay a logo on here. And while I'm doing that, let me know if there's anything you want to chat about board game wise. And maybe we'll share screen for the next few minutes while this is going on. Let's see. Screen. Working on getting, I've got a whole bunch of different things. Like this is one of the stickers I'm working on that might go in. I'm trying to figure out the right size. Anything that I can, I'm trying to make as small as possible because they're cheaper that way, and I have like 1,000 items. But obviously that's not always what we need. All right, so where is my best document for this? Where are all my documents for this? Close that. Close that. Open recent. Nope. Let's see. There we go. I want to open this entire thing. In here. Open. There we go. Okay, so let's grab this. The downside is I wish I knew where that other document went because it has a whole bunch of my stuff on it. That's not helpful. Copy. There we go. All right, so this is probably just something I'm going to want to be transparent. So let's just get this up in the corner. Because one of the things that I'll need to do is, even for the new channel, we'll probably do an overlay. And I probably want to do a little bit of text here when we play.org so that people can see and know where to go to find out more. All right, and I think it's Loyola, which is our font. I'm gonna make it 55, that's almost perfect. And I know that my good friend and board member Ruben Brunson, who helped design, who actually, I say helped design the logo, right? But who designed the logo, probably gonna roll over me and be like, "Why are you messing with that spacing? Why are you putting things where they don't belong?" Sometimes we do what we gotta do. All right, so that goes there when we play.org, which if you're interested in what I'm doing, I highly recommend you checking out. All right, artboard 1. Let's look at exporting that as a transparent PNG that we can, let's get rid of the background. It says no fill. No fill. Well, let's see. Command Shift S. PNG resample, don't care. Where can I get my so many windows? All right, I'm not quite used to Affinity Designer, so we have to make concessions where we can. Let's go to export mode. We do want PNG. We don't want anything in the matte. Pixel format, don't care about that. All right, let's see if I can just, here we go, yeah, I can export that and it won't have the background. So export, we'll call that bug.png. And then what we can do is we can bring that in here. Hello, infinite stuff. And let's add in, don't care about the intro, screen and heads up, we'll want to add it in. So let's add new image And we'll call this bug. And I'm just keeping it on my desktop for now. I know that's terrible, but that's where we're at. So there's that. Okay, and what we will do, I probably need to work on getting the dice. Yeah, you know, probably makes sense to maybe have included the white on that. Can't quite read any of that on here. So let's do that. Let's put the white behind that. Let's grab, you know, maybe let's put a rectangle. Let's shrink it down. Put a rectangle with some rounded corners probably around it. Size it down just a hair. Center it. Put a rectangle. That. Should have grouped all that together first. Add a fill of white. And then let's get a border radius. Let's do 10%. That'll be fine, I think. Let's group all that together now. Go to our export layer. And export this. Bug. Replace it. Alright. That's okay. Not perfect. Oh wow, the I love just how far behind. I glanced over at YouTube Studio and it's super far behind. Super far behind where we're at. So we got it on the heads up. Is that where we want it to be? Move it over here, I think. 15, and 15 away. Copy it. Put it over there in the screen. And then we'll need to find a way to maybe do the background stuff here and change it from my personal brand over to the When We Play brand, which will be fun. I'll enjoy it. So yeah, got some pieces in there. That'll be good. So that people know what we're talking about. WhenWePlay.org. And in fairness, right, this is going to be on the When We Play YouTube channel, which I should put in chat just in case anyone stumbles across this. YouTube/@WhenWePlay. Let's see, does that work? Yes. In fact, I'll probably just export this out and import it over there. That's where all this stuff will be in the future. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a day at that. I got a few pieces. I got a meeting that I gotta go take in about 30 minutes, so I want to get ready for that. Put some thought behind what we're gonna do. I'm also realizing just how far back we are in this YouTube video. We're 3 minutes ago, which is super awesome. There's actually somebody technically viewing it right now, which I feel bad that. I don't know. But yeah, I think we're going to do this a little bit more so I can talk through some of the games that I've got. I can kind of show appreciation for where we're at. I got a whole other container with things like Sorrow of the Sea, Ticket to Ride, Reef, which I actually, let me just talk about this real fast. We won't do inventory on it. Reef. It's a game by the same company as Azul, which is a really fun tile placement game. This is a really fun tile placement game. Everyone's got their own board, which is a nice way of doing it. I think that's also a good thing to do to help kids get into gaming. It's a fairly nice theme. It is an abstract game where we're basically building coral reefs. And the awesome thing is we've got all these nice tactile pieces. The reefs stack up. You can have up to 4 different colors on a reef. And then you get these cards which give you patterns that you need to make. And for every pattern of this, you then get this amount of coins. And then whoever has the most coins at the end of the game wins. It's a really simple game. You take one of 2 actions on your turn. You can either play a card, and when you play a card, not only can you score the points at the bottom if you have it, but you can also you also get those tiles and you have to place those tiles. So you find yourself spending cards that maybe later would be worth points, but you need the things earlier to do other cards. So it's a really cool game. I think it's, what's it say? It says it is 8+. I would agree with that, although I think that a 6-year-old could handle it. A 6-year-old probably could not win in it without some significant help, but I think it'd be a lot of fun for 6+. Ooh. Thanks, Box. Actually put this. So yeah, I like Reef a lot. I discovered it getting ready for this game day. I taught it to my son, and we played it a couple times. I played it at the game day. It's a good game. It's a solid game. 2 to 4 players. It probably is best at 2. But yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. It was really good. So yeah, that's it for today. We'll do this again probably sometime this week, so I can keep working through the inventory and figuring out where all that sits in. So yeah, until next time, keep playing because we keep growing if we play. Thanks, y'all.